Hello guys, welcome to my channel and today I am explaining the movie The Mask released in 1994. This movie got 6.9 out of 10 rating on IMDb and 79% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So do not wasting your time, let's begin. Movie start with Stanley Epkiss, who is clerk in an Edge City bank. He is a luckless romantic who is regularly bullied by nearly everyone around him, including his boss. His only friends are his dog Milo and his co-worker Charlie. Meanwhile, we saw that gangster Tyrell runs the exclusive Coco Bongo nightclub while plotting to overthrow his boss Nico. Tyrell sends his girlfriend Tina into Stanley's bank with a hidden camera inside his purse in preparation to rob the bank. We saw that Stanley is with Tina in the bank and talks with her related to new account opening. Now on later that night, after being denied entrance to the Coco Bongo to Tina, goes from there with a broken down car at the city's filthy harbor, where he finds a mysterious wooden mask next to pile of garbage which at first he mistakes to be drawing man in the sea. He takes the mask to home and enjoyably puts it on his head. And after a few seconds the mask wraps around his head, transforming him into a well-suited green-headed man that is the mask. He has a trickster with reality-bending power and physical imperviousness, and without personal inhibition who exact comic revenge on some of Stanley's tortures and scares a street gang that attempts to attack on the Stanley. Now on the next morning in the bank, Stanley encounters world-weary Edge City detective Calloway and newspaper reporter Peggy Brandett in the bank. Because both of them are investigating the mask's activities happens in the previous night in the city. However, these threats, the temptation to again use the mask is overwhelming in Stanley's brain and he puts it on his face on that evening. Because Stanley needing money to attend Tina's performance at the Coco Bongo club, the mask interrupts Tyrell's bank robbery and steals the targeted money from the bank, while Tyrell's hankman Freeze is shot by police responding to the theft. Now we saw that the mask buys entry into the Coco Bongo club, that is a club of a rich person, where he rocks the joint by dancing with Tina in front of the cheering crowd present inside the Coco Bongo club. At that time, Tyrell is called away by Sweet Eddie and Tyrell saw that Freeze dies in front of him. Watching Freeze as dead, Tyrell violently asks who was responsible for Freeze's death, and Eddie points to the mask dancing with Tina in the club. And at the end of the dance, the mask gives Tina a kiss that literally blows her shoes off. He is then confronted by Tyrell, who then pulls out a gun from his pant and shoots off a part of the mask's tie, which changes back into the part of the Stanley's distinct pajama. And watching this, the mask escapes from there to his home, while Tyrell is arrested for the bank robbery happens in Edge City Bank by Lieutenant Calloway, and here he also finds the Stanley's pajama scrap. Now from club, Calloway goes to the Stanley home and confronts Stanley at his apartment. Just after Stanley discovered all the bank money stuffed in his almirah. In his room, there is some discussion in between Stanley and Calloway related to his pajama part, but Stanley denies that it's not mine. Stanley later consults an expert on mask named Arthur, who tells him that the object is likely a depiction of Loki, who is the god of darkness and mischief. And we saw that both Tyrell and Lieutenant Calloway hunting for Stanley to get arrested. Now on the next day, a confident Stanley stands up to his boss and screams on him. And on this, his first fire him from his job. And later in the bank, he talks with Tina to arrange a meeting with the mask at the landfill park. But in the meeting, the mask scares Tina by his unpredictable activities. And after some time, Lieutenant Calloway arrives here and attempts to arrest the mask. But the mask uncuffs himself and runs from there to outside the park. And outside the park, trickling a large group of Edge City police officers into joining him in the dancing performance on a song. During this, Stanley manages to get the mask off and Peggy, that is news reporter, helps him to escape from there. But later she betrays with him to Tyrell $50,000 mob bounty. Tyrell tries the mask and becomes a demonic monster, demanding money back from Stanley, which money he got from robbery. Now Stanley is then shown in the one of the mob cars as Tyrell's Hankman, which search Stanley's apartment and take all the money from Almira. Later, Stanley is dumped in the Callaway's lap from car with a green rubber mask inside his coat, and we saw that Stanley is locked into a room in the jail. But after some time, Tina sympathetically meets Stanley in his cell, where she urges him to flee the city. And after some time, she goes from the jail, and she attempts to flee from city too, but is pursued by Arnaldo, who is the Hankman of Tyrell. Upon being told by Arnaldo to Tyrell of her attempt to leave the city, Tina is forcefully taken to his car, and they goes from there to the Coco Bongo Club, where a party is organized by Nico, and this party is also attended by the city's mayor, Mitchell. Now upon arrival, the masked Tyrell kills Nico in a gunfight and ties the Tina to a pillar, and the Hankmans are preparing to destroy both the club and Tina at the same with the help of explosive timer bomb. Meanwhile, Stanley breaks out of his cell and they goes from there to the club to stop Tyrell along with Lieutenant Callaway. Now upon arrival, Stanley tells Lieutenant Callaway to call for backup as he is going into the Coco Bongo Club with a gun. But inside the hotel, Stanley is spotted by Arnaldo and captured him. But before Stanley can do anything, Tina tricks Tyrell into taking off the mask, which is recovered by Milo, and running from there. But after some time he wears it and Milo transforms into a cartoonish pitbull who defeats Tyrell's Hankman. And Stanley then recovers the mask and wears it on last time. Using its ability, he saves Tina by swallowing Tyrell's bomb, and then flushes Tyrell down the drain of the club's fountain. And on the same time, the police arrives and arrest all the Tyrell's remaining Hankmen. And we saw that Mayor Mitchell witnesses most of this and orders Lieutenant Callaway to release Stanley. And Stanley, Tina, Charlie and Milo leaves from club. Now on the next morning, Stanley, Tina, Milo and Charlie takes the mask back down to the harbor, where Tina and Stanley throws it back into the water and share their first kiss with each other. And at that scene, movie ends. So guys, would you like this video or not? Please comment in comment section, and if you think that our work is appreciable, then like and share my video. And if you want to watch the complete movie, then I will provide movie downloading link on my another channel, where you get movie downloading link. So at last, do not forget to subscribe our channel.